So again, thank you for being here with me this afternoon. I think the session today, we're going to talk about how do we drive more simplicity in a complex IT landscape. And over the last couple of months, we've been talking to a number of customers, and independent of their industry, we see a number of common challenges that a lot of our clients are facing today. For example, how can I integrate new technologies and drive innovation more quickly? We all know that digital transformation, a digital agenda is quite crucial for a business to stay ahead of their competition. And a lot of IT teams that we talk to within our client base are really struggling to really easily, quickly drive innovation within their organization. Another common challenge we see in the market, and talking to a lot of our clients, how do I evolve from being reactive to proactive? We see that a lot of IT teams today spend about 80% of their time on running the business, keeping the lights on, the day-to-day operations, and only 20% of their time really about driving the digital agenda, pushing the organization in their digital transformation. And as a result of that, we see more and more IT decisions actually being taken outside IT, and IT just becomes the executor of decisions taken by the business. So how can you turn that around? How can you move from 80 on keeping the lights on and 20 driving the digital agenda to 80% driving the digital agenda? Another thing we see as well, businesses are evolving, and sometimes your business is growing, or sometimes your business is going to a difficult time. But how do you ensure that your IT costs follow the state of your business? Another common challenge we see with a lot of our clients is, okay, where do I find the right skills at the right time at the most optimal cost? We all know certain skills are very difficult to find. For example, if you think about a security engineer or a data engineer, they're quite difficult skills to find. But also, how do I balance cost? How do I look at activities onshore, nearshore, and offshore? So what is my right shoring strategy I have as an organization? As we all know, there's a lot of regulation, and NIS2 became into effect a couple of weeks ago. So how do I drive and how do I navigate as an organization, as an IT operations organization, through that complex regulatory frameworks that are out there? If you're a financial institution, for example, there's a DORA regulation and so forth. I'm not going to spend too much time on AI, but we all know AI and automation can have a significant impact on IT operations today. And how do I leverage that automation and that AI to really drive operational excellence? And how do I ensure that I go from reactive incident management to proactive, and potentially in the future to preemptive, and that we leverage AI and data to prevent incidents from happening? Another thing we've learned, that the average corporate organization on average has between 6 to 8 IT suppliers or IT vendors in their landscape. They all have different KPIs. They all have different SLAs. They all have different contract terms. Contracts don't end at the same point in time as well. So how do you create that end-to-end visibility in a multi-supplier landscape to ensure that you measure the performance not only from an SLA perspective, but also from an end-user perspective and a business perspective? We had many clients that said, look, if I look at my ecosystem today, all the SLAs I have with my supplier are green, but my customer experience is red. So how do you manage that complexity? So within Proximus NXT, we believe that our insights have revealed that the market is really evolving rapidly, and it's not only the technology as such, but it's really reshaping the foundation of a lot of businesses that we talk to. And we see a lot of IT organizations struggling and being the driving factor, the driving force in their business to drive the digital agenda. And that demands adaptation and innovation moving forward. Within Proximus NXT, we have the ambition to support our clients, of course, in this fast-changing market. And I think within the team and the customers that we run within strategic account services, we've been doing a lot of service integration over the last years. We have quite some key customers like in Astrid, where we do a lot of service integration, but also the Leise or a Mansura or the National Lottery. But we really want to evolve our service integration capabilities towards a service integration and management methodology. We want to really put a CM value proposition in the market. So let me maybe quickly explain for those of you who don't know what SIAM is. SIAM is a service, stands for Service Integration and Management, and it's a ETL-based management methodology, and it can be applied into an ecosystem of different suppliers within that ecosystem. So it's a way to manage consistency and end user experience across different suppliers that reside within the client's organization, and with the ambition to really provide end-to-end governance, management, integration, innovation, assurance towards the end user and towards the business within an organization. So we really have the ambition to create and maximize value for our clients today. So that's the SIAM model. Today we see 4 distinct SIAM models in the marketplace. So let me quickly take you through them. The first model we see is what we would call an internal SIAM, where the customer decides, okay, I'm gonna staff my service integration and the management methodology by myself, which is really for clients who have the maturity in their own organization, who have the tools and the processes within their organization, but also have the ability to continue to invest in that capability moving forward. A second model that we see today is what we would call the hybrid SIAM model, where the service integration layer is partially outsourced, where you have kind of a hybrid model, and we see 2 distinct models in there, which is really for customers who intend to invest in the short or the long term to have these capabilities, but acquire a partner to build them. So it's kind of a build, operate, and then you transfer or insource it within the client's organization moving forward. But also certain customers who want to retain certain capabilities in-house as well. For example, architecture. Enterprise architecture is typically something a lot of customers want to retain within the organization. Or for customers who say, look, I have the internal capabilities, I want to move towards a service partner, a SIAM partner who does that on my behalf, and gradually, step by step, starts moving some of these capabilities towards their partner. The third model that we see today in the marketplace is really what we would call an external SIAM, where you have a number of service providers within your ecosystem, and you hire an independent third party to manage that ecosystem on your behalf. And then the fourth model that we see is actually where as a customer said, okay, I take one of my lead suppliers, it could be my infrastructure provider, for example, to become my SIAM provider moving forward. The advantages of having a lead supplier being one of your SIAM providers is that, of course, there are synergies between having a lead supplier being your SIAM from an operational perspective, because he's also managing some of your IT estate directly as well. Within Proximus NXT, we are creating that SIAM methodology as we speak, and we are using a couple of key design principles to design our SIAM model. And it's basically built around 3 axes. You need to have the right people, the right skills, and at the right cost. So it's a combination of onshore, nearshore, and potentially offshore. Another element is, okay, what are the processes that we use to interact with the client on a day-to-day basis, but also interact with the leads, with the suppliers in the ecosystem. And then last but not least is everything which is around tooling. And at the heart of our SIAM value proposition is our ITSM. Over the last 3 to 4 years within Proximus NXT, we've invested a significant amount of money and really enabling our ITSM, which is based on ServiceNow, to really create that SIAM integration capability within our ServiceNow instance. And it also allows us to quickly integrate through API with potentially SIAM ITSM tooling that a customer has within their own organization. We use based upon these design principles, we have created a number of pre-designed building blocks, and these are typically the building blocks that we see that our customers are retaining within their own organization. And then secondly, we have a number of predefined ITIL service blocks that we typically see customers are, that the SIAM provider is doing, and you can see most of them potentially are quite familiar. It's really important that for each of these service blocks, they are designed based on the 3 principles I discussed, people, process, tools. So we have a predefined blueprint to say, okay, how do we do continuous improvement, what people do we need, what processes do we need, and what is the tooling that we need. The same for event management or for incident management. What are the people that we need, what are the processes that we need, what are the tools that we need to provide incident management. So these building blocks are kind of a bit like standardized Lego blocks, but more importantly, how we put these building blocks, these Lego blocks together, we do in close collaboration with our client, also in the context of our client. So we can put them together in a certain way that is relevant towards the customer, but the underlying building blocks are standardized and such, and based upon the customer's context, we can go either left or we can go either right in a specific model that is relevant and makes sense for our clients moving forward. Proximus NXT today, we have the ambition to be your partner in those 4 stages around your CM roadmap. We can help you from a consultancy perspective to really discover and help you in defining your CM strategy. We can also help you in the planning and building the CM methodology and the tooling and the processes specific to your organization. Also implementing it, and then, of course, if a customer wants to run it himself or herself, we can do that, but we can also run it on behalf of the customer and, of course, continuously improve our model moving forward. So, yeah, we really have an ambition within Proximus NXT to become a business enabler, and for us, really the CM model is around sustaining value. Sometimes we see a lot that we go through a process with a client. It could be an RFP or it could be a non-RFP process where we create value throughout the RFP process, but then you implement the solution. But how do you sustain value moving forward? How do you continue to drive innovation within the contract? How do you continue to drive new capabilities? So for us, it's really focusing on sustaining the value throughout the life cycle of our customers and really becoming a business enabler and helping our clients to transform their business through technology, and really allowing our IT partners within our clients' base to say, okay, I have a partner that keeps the lights on for me, who really runs my IT operations and allows me and my teams to really spend on driving the digital agenda within the customer organization with the business. Another one I think is also really important. As I mentioned, today contracts are really, from my perspective, quite the KPIs and the SLAs don't really reflect the business performance of the solution in its entirety. So how can we create quality in our contracts that really measure the overall performance and doesn't say, oh yeah, I have an SLA and my link is up or my link is down, or my device is up and my device is down, but really measure the end-to-end performance and look at business quality and business KPIs within the contract. And we also have a significant ambition to have what we would call a relentless drive towards operational excellence. I think it's part of the DNA we have within the team to really help our clients to really improve day by day on continuous improvement and drive that operational excellence, but also leveraging automation and AI. And we really want to make sure that the people that we have supporting our customers are focused on the incidents or the issues that are critical and that really matter, but that a lot of the activities is done through APIs and automation moving forward. And the way we do this is basically with the quality of our people. I think we have some fantastic people within Proximus NXT with really fantastic skills. So we want to put that expertise at work on behalf of our clients, but also supported by proven processes, because operational excellence can only be delivered by proven processes. If we create something unique which we haven't done before for a specific customer, it's not really proven. It might become proven over time, but we really want to leverage the experience that we've built over the last decades in doing service integration for our clients by implementing proven processes, and of course the right tooling and the right systems that really drive that automation and end-to-end visibility of the IT landscape for our clients. So in the next coming years, we really have steep ambitions within Proximus NXT to enhance our service integration capabilities that we've built throughout the years on a number of really large customers, the Vlaamse Overheid or an Astrid or a Belfius, just to name a few, but really enhance that with a SIAM methodology underpinned by the right processes and tools. So yeah, that was a bit my story I wanted to tell to you today.
Proximus NXT. Think possible.